What's going on, Giants fans? We finally have some news to break down. We waited all day, and the Giants and Joe Schoen, he officially makes his first big move as the new general manager for the New York Giants, and it's signing offensive guard Mike Glowinski. And I really like this move for the biggest reason that the biggest need for the Giants is to fix their offensive line, and Glowinski is a solid player who started for the Colts the past couple of years, a great run blocker, has improved as a pass blocker the past couple of years. So we'll continue to break it all down later on in the video, but we first heard it from Jeremy Fowler. He tweeted out that Glowinski has agreed to terms with the New York Giants, a 3 years deal for $20 million with $11.4 million fully guaranteed per source. And my take and my one-word reaction was, they did something. That's not one word. I don't care. It's my show. I make the rules. I'm just pumped up. I was like the kid inside my house on a snow day, watching all my friends and all my coworkers' teams make moves outside, and I'm inside crying because I'm inside and I'm grounded because my teacher sent an email to my dad or something and I couldn't go outside. I was ecstatic when I got the news because it fixes a need, and it's just good to always see your team be active in free agency. But I want to know what your one-word reaction is. I want to get you guys involved early on in the show. People were hitting me up on Twitter throughout the day like, yo, Marsh, are the Giants going to make a move? And every reply I sent was, I just don't know if it's going to happen with the way their current salary cap position and stance is, but they did it. They signed my guy Mark Glowinski. So get in the comment section and let me know what your one-word reaction was. Glowinski is a right guard, and he started the past couple of years for the Indianapolis Colts, and he's gotten really better every single year since he has entered the NFL. He was ranked as, I just saw it, I think it was the 28th. He was ranked the 21st guard last season in the NFL out of 80 eligible guards, and he is someone that is going to come in and fix a problem right away. He started the past couple years on the right side, so that's where he will be for the Giants this year, and he was the former 4th-round pick. He's an interior lineman that's going to help, and he's at a PFF grade of 67 or higher in each of the last 2 seasons. It's a 3-year deal worth $20 million and $11.5 guaranteed. Honestly, anything would have been an upgrade for the Giants at the interior offensive line position. All the people that they shuffled in there last year, whether it was Ben Bredesen or Shane Lemieux or the other list of guys that played on the interior offensive line for the Giants, just were not good enough to be brought back, and honestly, probably wouldn't have started on any other team for the New York Giants. So to get someone that's a proven starter, that was on an offensive line like the Indianapolis Colts, that was one of the most dominant fronts in the National Football League, it's exciting. He knows how to pave roads and holes like he did for Jonathan Taylor. I'm excited to see what Glowinski can do with Saquon Barkley behind him, and I think Saquon Barkley is going to be back. Mike Graziano talked about yesterday. He doesn't think he will. I do. That's a topic for another day. But today, we're talking about free agency and the Giants. They have made a move. So go and subscribe and make sure your notifications are turned on. I was ready to pack up and leave work because I was just sure that the Giants were not going to make any moves. And I was caught off guard, and you're probably caught off guard as well. But make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on so the next time the Giants sign a free agent, maybe it's someone else on the offense line. Maybe it's a cornerback. Maybe it's a receiver. Maybe it's a tight end to replace Evan Ingram. All I know is you're going to want a video once it happens. So subscribe and turn on your noties so you never miss a thing. Glowinski was solid last year for the Indianapolis Colts. The PFF numbers, they can be misleading, but anything really above 70 is, at an average to an above average clip, and that's what he is. He's an above average offensive lineman. An overall grade of 70. His pass blocking is something that's held him back in the past, only 62.6, but he is an exceptional run blocker. He is your Will Hernandez replacement. Gave up just 2 sacks, even though he's considered to be not a great offensive lineman. The thing I like the most about him, he has missed only 1 game, which was due to COVID in December, in the last 3 years. So he is a reliable player that the Giants are going to be able to count on every single Sunday. Will Hernandez, he's a free agent. This is what the depth chart looks like right now. Hernandez is a free agent. Gates, I just don't know how he's going to look next year coming off that brutal leg injury. Billy Price, he's also a free agent. I doubt the Giants re-sign him. Who knows who their left guard is going to be? I put Shane Lemieux there, but I don't expect him to be the starter there. So you got Andrew Thomas and you got Mark Glowinski, and then you got Matt Gano, who the Giants just signed just a couple of days ago. So the offensive line is still a work in progress, and I still expect the Giants to make a couple more moves in free agency. This might be the most money that Joe Schoen shells out to a free agent all this cycle, just because of the situation and where the Giants' cap space is. But at the end of the day, we got a guy that's going to help this team be better than they were last year. So I'm hyped up. I'm giving it a B. From the circumstances that we're coming with, that honestly, right now, the Giants are still in the red in the cap space. So to be able to pull this off before Joe Schoen has fully pulled off the plan of clearing $40 million in cap space, I think it's a win. I'm giving it a B, but I want you to be the judge. Get out the big red pen and grade the deal A, B, C, D, or F. I know a lot of you were probably happy about this. I don't want to say happy was the right word, because I do like Evan Engram, and although he had more memorable bad moments than good with the Giants, he was still a solid player for Big Blue. He's gone. He signed a one-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It has a guarantee money of $9 million, but with incentives, it can get up to $10 million. And good for Evan Engram. He gets a fresh start. He's going to an offense that's going to be run by Doug Peterson, where tight ends have notoriously been good in the past. You think of Zach Ertz, you think of Dallas Goedert, two tight ends that really popped in that system, and maybe with a young quarterback like Trevor Lawrence and the direction and teaching of Doug Peterson, Evan Engram will be able to find a home and succeed. He was up and down with the Giants in his career. The thing that always held him back was the drops. 5 this past year, 11 drops back in 2020, then 3 drops in 2019, and 3 drops in 2018. There's some memorable drops, like the one against the Philadelphia Eagles last year, where if he would have caught that ball, the Giants, they might have had a playoff spot locked up. But at the end of the day, he'll no longer be with the Giants, and he's going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that leaves the Giants with a big hole to fill at tight end. They have some premium draft picks that they could go to elect that route. With the way the tight end market is shaping up and rounding out on the first day of NFL free agency, I don't think the Giants have much money, if at all, to sign a guy like they want. I talked about O.J. Howard, but I just don't think he is going to get that type of money from the Giants, considering Will Dissly just signed a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Seattle Seahawks to be tight end 2. So I think they're going to lead towards, replacing Evan Engram in the NFL draft. But what do you think? Where do you think the Giants will find their next Evan Engram replacements? Is it going to be the draft? Is it going to be free agency? I lean towards the draft. I don't think the Giants have much more money, if at all, any money left to go find a playmaking tight end in free agency. But you can always find a 3rd or 4th round tight end that can come in, be a day one starter, and be a contributor. Get in the comment section and let me know where you stand. Is it going to be in the draft or free agency where they replace Evan Engram? Austin Johnson, unfortunately, will also not be on the New York Giants next year. He is signing a deal to go play with the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Chargers, in my opinion, have been one of the biggest winners of the NFL offseason so far. You get Khalil Mack, you get J.C. Jackson, and I know Austin Johnson's not this big, sexy name, but he is a solid player. 72 tackles last year, 6 tackles for loss, and 3.5 sacks. Last year, Austin Johnson was a bargain for the Giants. He came in on a low-value deal, and he out-earned the bag that he got, and that's why he's going to play and sign for the Los Angeles Chargers. He's going to be a starter on that defense, and the Giants are sorely going to miss him. You just don't replace 6 tackles for loss and 72 tackles from a minimum salary player. Austin Johnson far out-earned the contract he got last year from Dave Gettleman. I'd love to see him back, but he was a bargain last year, and right now the Giants, they really can't even afford to sign bargain players this year. And that's what Jordan Raanan had to say earlier today. He said this: through conversation with sources over the past few days, he was told the Giants told everyone that they have no money. The $5 million range for a tight end, probably too expensive. A mid-range $8 million offensive tackle, nope, too much. One of top or mid-range guards at $6 million to $10 million, not likely out of their price range. Well, that last part was wrong because the Giants just signed Glowinski. Hopefully they can pull some more cap space. If they trade or cut James Bradberry, they clear $12.5 million. So maybe they're not done yet. Maybe they're active tomorrow. Who do you want to see the Giants sign tomorrow in free agency? If it's later today, we'll be making another video, so make sure you're subbed and turn your notifications on. But I want to see you down in the comments right now and let me know. Name another free agent you want the Giants to sign.